Folks, I missed Milo's opening goal. Major Wi-Fi issues here. It would not let me connect. I'm on my phone again. I'll try again later. But Milo, just nice upper corner, in and out goal. Yeah, like 2 minutes in here. In Rogers. Nice rink, nice facility. A little bizarre for the Wi-Fi. Ooh, that's should be a penalty. Pushing from behind and set it on. Apparently we got some homer refs here, but we just got to play our game. We beat them 7-2 last time. They are winless. Shot by Cadell off the pad. There's Satterdahl down collecting it. Back to Thorpe, but he is not there to get that one. Let's head over to Teddy, trying to poke that in. They look offside, but they're not. We do have all four refs this time. Interception. Ooh, just wide was Pewitt. And they dumped that the length of the ice. That'll be a bouncing puck for an ice. I hope you can see this stream. Offensive draw here. I was having Snook help me. Milo dumps it back. Moen with a long shot. That was knocked down either by Speltz or the defender. And that puck is gobbled up. I'm going to put my glasses on here. By Milo, the lone goal scorer here in this affair. Milo definitely got a lot of goals this year. Top two for sure. Speltz wins the draw. Sends it deep. Speltz gives that to Moen. That's picked off by Rogers as they take neutral ice here, and that is broken up by Speltz. He takes that near side with Milo near him. He's fending off a couple Rogers players down deep, trying to get that to Moline. That is chipped behind Moline as their winger shoots that up the boards. Nicely gloved and kept in and shot in by Moen. And that bouncing puck is now picked off by Moline. Or I'm sorry, by Milo. See, it's Milo and Moline. That's tough. Ooh, nice little move. Milo going for a second goal. That goes a little high off the glass. It's going to wrap around all the way, and Milo Duncan is going to come back with that. He's going to dump that to Snook. Snook from the face-off. Little tip by Milo. That went into the stick of the Rogers netminder, and he puts a cover on it. Nice rink. Kind of a sparse crowd here on a 7:20 start here in Rogers. Looks like a pretty brand new facility. Hopefully the stream works because I'm on my phone again. Shuffle by with a face-off. Pinch centering pass. That was Eddie Watson down there. Just couldn't quite get that. Shuffle by trying to get that. And it's working. Is it working? All right, thanks, Tom. All right, we have confirmation from Tom. Ooh, nice pass. Shovelbein to Hench. Hench couldn't quite get some wood on it. Shovelbein. Centering pass back to Hench. Hench couldn't get one on that one. And Watson keeps that in off the skate of a Rogers player that eventually leaves his zone back for Anders. Shovelbein tips that in. Forecheck. That goes beyond him and back to Eddie. So Rogers, a little tough time trying to get it out of the zone. Hench with a shot. That goes wide. Deflected off the goaltender. Near side battle here. Anders circling a couple players, still has it on his tape. Shovelbein trying to find an outlet pass on Eddie Watson, but he was just beyond the net and could put a shot on. Shovelbein chips that up. Now Hench with a shot and a goal. I would say that was Shovelbein to Watson to Hench, Henry Peterson. That puts us up 2-0. Last time we beat him 7-2, so just got to be smart about not taking penalties. I believe the last time we played, we got Alex Gola back there behind the net, by the way. Comes out to thank his teammates for giving him an early 2-minute lead, two-goal lead here. Just not even 6 minutes into this game, Brady Paulson chasing that face-off. And he's going to flip that and wrap that all the way around the boards. There's us here as Rogers sends that. off of the tape of Nash Satterdahl. He's trying to poke it and does through the wickets of their defenseman, and that eventually enters the zone. And the EP line trying to contain Satterdahl, passes it back to Pewitt. Pewitt back to Satterdahl. Satterdahl turns, fending off a couple Rogers players, hits his far side defensive partner. There's a tip off of a shot from Anders. That was Pewitt trying to knock that one in off that deflection. And the netminder from Rogers, who's going to get another workout, probably the most shot on goalie in this junior gold A division is my guess. I think these guys just got moved up this year. We did not have them on the schedule last year, as Rogers enters the zone with speed. Thorpe back there with a poke check. That shot, first shot maybe, not even on goal. That was wide. It's got to be on the goal for us to count it as a shot on goal, as Cadell chases that near side, grabs that puck, loses it. Pewitt, his EP defensive, or his line mate, sorry. Pewitt wrapping around the boards, nice stop. And he tries to center that, but that was deflected. Rogers just tried to dump it, that went high off the glass, and maybe into the stands. I didn't see where that ended up. Oh, there's no stands on that side, near the bench. Nice little area here for me to work. I'll have to back up to get this little area. That ain't gonna work. And this boat just out of there. All right, Speltz on the offensive draw. Gets it to Milo. Back to Caden. Caden shoots that with the skate of a Rogers player, who now, this is probably one of their better chances here entering our zone, but they haven't spent much time there at all. And Speltz and Thorpe down there battling to get control of that puck as they try and shoot it up the boards. And all they do, there's Cullman, number 18. He chips that up to Milo. Milo, nice little drop pass, but that was eventually picked off by Rogers. Nice little give and go there by those two guys who can read each other's minds as Rogers dumps that in. Puck controlled by Caden, but now a turnover here. Chance for Rogers, centering pass, nicely blocked. Who was there? Teddy. So Teddy brings it in, and he skates from coast to coast, shoots that just high and wide of the net. That puck is gobbled up there by Caden Thorpe. Nice job holding it in. Here's a chance for Speltz. He's got a, oh, that hit some metal off the crossbar and hits the back of the netting. And that'll bring us back. Just looking to see if I can get as close to these boards as possible from this vantage point for another draw here for the Flyers. Sometimes I gotta get this thing to focus. Shovelbein doesn't win the draw. Rogers trying to break it out. There's a nice little pinch by Snook, but they eventually get enough of that to poke it out of the zone. Here's a chance. Ooh, there goes the stick, and there goes the arm in the air. And they're going to get somebody for a slash. And he's pointing at, looks like number 9, Henry Moen. Not much of a slash, in my opinion. I think it was more of a lifting the stick, and his stick flew. Sometimes these umpires just see a stick on the ice and automatically assume that was a slash, but it's tough to slash with an upward motion. But PK early here, just beyond the halfway point in period number 1. First one here for the Flyers as Rogers trying to get their penalty kill going, which is something. Oh, there's a shot on goal. First official, second official shot with the rebound. And here comes Snook pounding up the near side here. He shifts his skate to put a move on them. Shovelbein pins this guy up. Eventually comes out with a good forecheck by Shovelbein. Ends up with the puck on his stick. Now, all of a sudden, we look. Oh, there's a nice shot from the point by Snook. Nicely saved by, on the blocker. Here's Snook. He's going to rifle again. Another shot. This one wide. It's going to wrap all the way to Pewitt, serving the blue. Oh, and that just gets tipped in off the skate of a Rogers player, I believe. Pewitt racing through the line. short-handed goal here for the Flyers. It's the 6:16 mark, so you never know what happens when you throw the puck at the net. In that case, Pewitt got that pass and ended up just throwing it on net. A innocuous Rogers defender saw that carry him off his skate in the back of the netting, which gives the Flyers here just beyond midway period in the first period a 3-0 lead. So yet another short-handed goal from this squad, which you're on the penalty coming up. That's going to happen here as Shovelbein bounds out of our end with speed. He's going to shoot it right into the midsection of a Rogers player, and that's deflected low. We got just under a minute to play here in this one-man advantage for Rogers, as that puck is sent off the near boards, and Rogers skates it in. They've got a shot into the midsection of Alex Vilgola, and he will cover that up, flip it to his glove, and give it to the ref for a defensive draw here. We'll get some fresh Flyers out here. Just a little over half a minute left in this one-man advantage for Rogers. In Rogers. And we got Watson taking the draw with Paulson, Satterdahl, and Anders, as Rogers finally assembles 5 to take the ice and the draw. And draw 1 temporarily, and now a shot from the point right off the blocker, but that pinball right back to a Rogers player who was in the right spot in the slot, and he was able to put it past Gola. So that questionable slash ends up, well, not really hurting us. We got one, they got one, so all tied, but they score on the power play. And we scored on the power play, or the penalty kill. Gola loves that and dumps it. They maybe weren't ready for it. Satterdahl. There's Rogers with a shot. Ooh, that was deflected, but thankfully that went wide of the net. And Eddie Watson says, I've seen enough of that. He's going to just skate and chip that out. He's got Cadell with him. A little backhand pass deep nice by Watson, and gets that to Cadell down deep. We got now 2, 3, and 4. Not quite the EP line. We'll call Eddie and the EP line. Satterdahl down there battling. That puck nicely stopped by Caden Thorpe off his skate. Rearing and firing is Cadell, Alex Cadell. Centering pass just went through the crease, but nice pinch by Caden Thorpe as we continue to keep this offensive zone. Penalty obviously wiped off the board after that last score. 4.5 in this first period. Flyers assuming control like we should against this team. Thorpe trying to go coast to coast, puts a shot on, but blocked by the stick, centers it for Eddie. Eddie couldn't quite get the handle on that one. And that gives Rogers a 3 on 2.5. As they enter the zone, short shot. Oh, he had him right in front, but he missed the net. Good scoring opportunity for Rogers, and thankfully that went wide. He did have a little angle to shoot at. As that puck is deflected, Satterdahl and Chase, as they finally chip it out of the zone. It's floating in the neutral ice. Scooped up by Rogers, as he puts another shot on goal. And Snook takes that puck, decides to skate it up. He's going to shoot that far side. He saw Nash Satterdahl eludes one player trying to feed Speltz, who was breaking towards the net, but that was broken up by Rogers. As Rogers now has a 2-on-2, but now one guy drops back, so more Flyers and Rogers players down deep. Yellow battle, oops, centering pass just went through the crease and all the way down, and that is not icing because that was shot by one of their players. Errant pass went all the way down. As nice pickoff move there by who? Kellen Moline, one-timer by Speltz. Just couldn't get enough stick on that one. And here's the turnover king, Kellen Moline, as he pokes his guy, and nice job by Speltz freeing up that puck. We have Milo and Kellen, and back to back, and nice job by Henry Moen holding the point as we set up, and there's Kellen. Oh, just shot wide. And Kellen hopefully okay. He took a hard turn into the boards, but he gets up. He's a tough kid. Moen collects that. We're going to try this again. Now on the tape of Speltz, he drops to Kellen. Kellen tried to feed Milo, who was charging towards the net. And that was broken up by Rogers. And there's a nice little chip pass, but that was picked up by Rogers as they try and gain control here. Nice pickoff now by Milo, who's tripped, but no call. Not sure what that, oh my goodness, that just eked through the crease, but no one in black to pick up that one. Would have been an easy dump in the back of the net. Just under 2 to play in the first period. Flyers up 3-1. Just, I'm not jinxing, I'm not making it. I'm just saying, empirically, there's one penalty for the Flyers. We are short a couple folks as Shufflebein wins the draw. Paulson finding the point, puts that on net. Shufflebein with a shot blocked, and there's another shot off the stick of Pewitt. But nice job by the goaltender. A little flurry off that faceoff. So we are without Emmett Smith, who the refs didn't like what he did in the last game. And for some reason, Mickey Lensmeyer, who served Emmett's penalty but did nothing. No penalties on the board. So apparently the refs got that wrong. Nice little chip shot. Oh, that was deflected off. Shufflebein sticky, centers it. And Pewitt buries it. So nice little goal from Shufflebein to Pewitt, and Pewitt's going to race through the line with Shufflebein behind him. So nice job, 4-1 in favor of the Flyers, who came out flying. They knew this team is a team we should, in all perspectives, beat handily. They are winless. They got moved up forcibly. Probably a better B team than a C, or A team rather, but there's a deflection by Watson as that puck enters their zone. Once again, a lot of zone time. Oh, here's a chance for Cadill. Another save by the goalie. Another shot. Oh, it's loose in the crease. Watson trying to get that one, but just couldn't quite get his stick on it. Now they're going to scoring chance for the Flyers as we see that shot go wide. 1 to play here in the first period. Nice block by Watson. He's got numbers. And Rogers with a back check, eventually able to get in the way of that pass. Rogers misses that one. Another missed pass. Enforced errors here on the Flyers side. Satterdahl scooping that one up. Centers that. Over to Cadill. Nice behind the back pass to himself. Gets it to Watson. Eddie. There's a couple guys that don't have goals. Shufflebein, Watson, a couple of them. I think the boys are trying to take advantage of this team to get a couple of guys on the point board. And that is sent the length of the ice at 16 seconds. That'll 15 now. And that'll be an offensive draw. An icing on Rogers. As all 4 coaches have smiles, no issues. Let's hope we can do this for another 30 minutes and 15 seconds. So Speltz wins that draw. Just a few ticks left. Oh, Speltz with a one-timer. That was deflected off a defenseman. Rounding the boards. As Milo feeds Cade Thorpe. That moves off a shin pad. Milo down deep. Maybe one more shot left. Moline with a shot deflected. And that'll do it for this period. 4-1 Flyers. Kind of quiet in this rink. Once again, we need Paulson on the music. There's no music here. Said we need Paulson on the music, but there's no music. That was our home run. Best music guy in the business. So I guess you can sing to yourselves at home or turn on the radio. You might want to have the radio on for this game. Might not be the most interesting game. This is so we have no game Friday, thankfully, and we got a game Saturday, the big Edina game at St. Louis Park on the East Rink. I don't know what's going on the West Rink at 3 o'clock on a Saturday where we wouldn't get the big rink. Another pet peeve. Yes, I have a number of them. And then I would say our last kind of big road trip would be Blaine on Sunday. Then the longest we have to go after that is Prior Lake and Pago in Minnetonka. So no more of these long hauls, Farmington, Stillwater, White Bear, Rogers. So got a lot of home games after this one. We've done our road duty, so that might be the longest minute in between periods that I've seen. Very active coach on their side, very subdued bench on our side. Don't think there's any corrections we need to make. It would be nice if they put the goalie in the net for their sake. They only have one dressed, and I think that was the case last time we played these guys. So if they only have one goalie, this guy is seeing a lot of action through these 14, 15 games. Flyers trying to get back at 500 with this game. Made it for a nice 4-game win streak, and then that's offside. And we lost to Farmington. That put us, or maybe we are 500. I think we're maybe trying to go above 500. I'll check. Might have a little free time in this broadcast. As that heavy hit is absorbed, as Rogers trying to enter the zone and broken up by Teddy. Eventually they gather that again. There's a centering pass, lift of the stick, there's a shot, pipe, and goal. Now the score is in half, or the lead is in half. With I'm sure this team is very motivated, especially at home here. All right, I'm just going to go with the standings here. We cannot lose our edge. That's all I got to say. We cannot get complacent, cannot assume anything about this team. Any team can beat any other given team. Yeah, we are 7-1. So Flyers looking to get back on the above 500. As that puck goes in deep, and that was too deep, or from too far, and that'll be an icing. Last time we played him was 7-2. Let's hope we can keep Rogers to 2. You just can't get lazy and complacent. You got to play them like it's Wayzata or Tonka, some top 2-3 teams that we beat already. And there's a loose puck, and that's gobbled up with speed by Hench. Peterson drops the field. Oh, that was nicely blocked by Rogers. A poke check by Snick. Now Pewitt dumps it off the boards. Hench there. He's got Shufflebein. Good poke to the net. And goalie saved it. Almost got to Shufflebein to poke that in, but goalie put that right where no Flyers were as Snook gathers behind the net. A little spinorama move. Now he's tied up. That's okay. We had another Flyer there. There's Hench moving across center ice with speed. He's got Shufflebein with it. That was deflected. Off the back of the glass. He lifts the stick. Peterson feeds the point. That was tipped by Pewitt. There's a shot. Oh, Pewitt didn't miss that one. His second of the game. And they'll go through the line. That's 5 for SOP. Nice hustle by the Flyers with a quick answer. Just 2 minutes into this one. Each with a goal this period. 4-1 going in, now 5-2. Cadell will take the draw with Watson and Satterdahl. Snook out there. Now Cadell's got it. Cadell weaving 1 or 2. He gets a shot just wide. And that is scooped up by Cadell. And now Watson trying to send that deep. Little puck that'll infuse through the near side. That puck jumps out to the point. Knocked down by Moen with a rifle from the point, but that was a nice save by the netminder from Rogers. As Rogers desperately trying to get this puck out. There's Cadell putting some interference, but eventually, nope. Rogers gets it, and we take it away. Watson dumps that deep. Rogers collecting, trying to shoot that near side, and Watson's body was there to block that exit. There's Cadell, passes back to Moen. Moen near side to Watson. Watson lost it to Rogers as Rogers skates up the ice, and they dump that. And Alex Gola will shove that to the corner. Cadell absorbs a hit. No worse for the wear. As Snook passes back, or pass from Moen to Snook. A couple nines down there. Here's a short angle shot. And that was blocked to the back of the netting by Alex Gola as Watson almost gets that out. Cadell with a forecheck. Now it's coming out. Nice little chip shot by Snook as Satterdahl enters the zone. And he's going to put some pressure on. as we get one fresh flyer, and that puck goes all the way down, but tipped off the stick of Moen, so no icing. As a wraparound shot was not successful by Rogers, and that was eventually picked up by here Satterdahl, who accidentally sticks that in front, poke check from Gola. Now a puck floating in front of the net again. No harm, no foul, but you got to watch those turnovers. Satterdahl now carefully weaving through some players, trying to find a flyer to put this puck on, and that was blocked in front of the net. Watson now feeds a point. Snook centers it, shoots. Ooh, just barely deflected past the net. Not that shot. Satterdahl skating, centering, trying to feed it to Watson in front of the net. Bouncing puck, still bouncing. Eventually, Watson gathers up. He centers it, but that was gobbled up by Rogers, and they jam that behind the net up the boards. And they got a guy breaking, but Snook was there to pick that one off very nicely. We had a guy back deep for D anyway, but it's good to keep that in the neutral zone to allow this Speltz shot from the slot, and that was saved by the goaltender. No shots on the board here. There is an area for it on the scoreboard, but I'm guessing if I was the goalie's parent, I'd want it up there. But if I was anyone else, maybe not. As that draw was won by Speltz. Little chip by Milo, back to Paulson. Paulson feeds that to Milo again. He poke checks that one to keep it in the zone nicely. As Rogers eventually gets that puck. And they circle the net, trying to break this out. And not sure what breakout that play was, but that did not work. And Moline gets that. You got Milo and Moline out there. And that puck eventually goes, but not before Anders gets here and pinches again. He's doing a good job holding that, continuing a good job. Eventually, we get 3 Flyers back, and they finally enter the zone, but Paulson there to break that up. Centering pass broken up by Moline. And now we got Speltz racing out with us. Chips that to Moline. Moline sitting outside. Sorry, Gungan. Milo. I can't. Sometimes I'm thinking, I'm just going to say maybe Dungan, not Milo anymore. So I keep getting Moline and Milo mixed up. So that comes out, and we send it deep. Shuffle by on the long third checker. Now he's got Peel with him, and that goes cross ice. Chance for Rogers to break it up, but collected by Anders as he buys some time as we get on set. Paulson's going to jump that and chase. Sticks that to himself. Shufflebein with a chance, but eventually they got the puck. And now that turns into a little breakout for Rogers. And what happens? Offside. They finally had numbers coming out of the neutral zone, and yeah, they were offside. So their coaches are frustrated, especially with that one. Maybe just all year, as we finally get set up for the draw. Won by Rogers, and whoops, they miss. And let's see if we can keep some pressure, but eventually they dump it in, but easily controlled by Paulson off the stick of Shufflebein as he skates in. Takes the slapper. Ooh, nice shot. Good rebound opportunity. And that went high off the blocker of the goalie. Like the idea. And that just goes out of the zone. Hench gets that quickly. He's got some people with him. Oh, we need somebody in front of the net. Paulson's like, I'll take that slot shot. And now we feed Anders. We're just almost like a power play shot here. Pewitt. Shufflebein, Pewitt. Nice little stick play here. Back to Pewitt. Centering pass to Hench. Oh, finally picked up. Nice little job of eluding their players as Paulson puts pressure on this guy. Ooh, puck slides through the crease, but no one in white to gather that, as now we try and enter their zone again. Hench decides to pass that back to Paulson. Paulson, long pass. Must have got part of that, and I think we'll get a Flyer change. Rogers not quick enough to take advantage of that change, and we get people assembled and meet them And there's a nice little pick by Hewitt. We got a little 2-on-2 here with Watson. That just goes off just beyond his stick. And he'll feed that to Satterdahl. Satterdahl trying to get it to Thorpe, who raced in, hitting his stick on the ice, alerting him that he was ready to rip a one-timer. Rogers, chance, deflected off Caden Thorpe's stick. That goes wide. Rogers tries to center it. Not even sure where that puck is. Well, it's in the back of the net. It came from behind the net. He might have just shot it right off the pads of Alex Gola, is my guess, because I didn't see any other Rogers player in the area. So that's going to make this a tighter game. 5-3, I'm guessing they haven't gotten 3 goals in too many games. We're just halfway through this game. So halfway through the second, halfway through the game. Now the score is 5-3. We do not want to give these guys a lifeline at all. As Caden Thorpe skates that out. That goes off the stick of Cadill, and Rogers dumps that down deep, and Teddy trying to get that up, but picked up by Rogers. Another centering pass right in front of the net. Ooh, boy, I think that might have got off his pad or a stick from one of the defenders as Rogers feeds the point. Nice little flurry here by Rogers. We got to be careful of these turnovers and just keep doing what we've been doing. And now Cadill, very nice kick to himself, loses it, controls it, dumps to Watson, but no one there behind him. Now we got numbers for Rogers. We got kind of a 4-on-2 and long pass. Oh, nicely picked off by Teddy. Ooh, boy, that was a nice chance for Rogers. Now we got a 3-on-2 the other way. Watson with a shot. Oh, that would have been shitty if I missed that one. And Rogers gathers that. Nice chance. Teddy to Watson. Watson put it on net, but saved by that goaltender. Like I said, has seen more than his fair share of shots this year. As that'll be an ice. Speltz, William, and Dungan. The red helmet line. Milo tees it up. High, good shot right off the stick of the netminder, but that rebound went pretty far enough for them to get it at center ice and now try and dump it in. Moen, nice chip shot. Moline gathers that in our end. He's going to take his time, chip it back to Moen. Moen, nice pass as Speltz crosses the blue. Speltz trying to keep control. He's checked in the boards off the puck, loose puck, but no one there. Oh, Moen pinches, high shot, glove saved by Rogers. 5.5, 5:30 to play, 5-3 on the board in the second period in Rogers. Just got to continue to put some pressure on these guys. We don't want any more in the back of the net. Shovelbein takes the draw, won by Rogers. They wrap that. Quickly there to meet it is Paulson. Gets enough of that to give it to Hench. But now Rogers breaks that one out and bobs and weaves, but Paulson gives him a little check. And that goes to no one. And now it's a centering pass or back to the blue. That goes all the way deep. And no people in white to get that one. So we got Satterdahl. We got Henry Peterson. We got Shovelbein. We got a feet full. Shovelbein with a shot. Another blocker save. Shovelbein trying to get that rebound and center that off to one of his teammates, but instead, and eventually goes to Rogers. A lot of shots on goal. We got to get that where the goalie's not. And there's a nice little chip shot in the air. Shovelbein trying to skate up to that, but that was deflected. Shovelbein instead feeds that to Satterdahl. Satterdahl with a shot. Another seems to be right and in that same spot where this goalie can get to. Shovelbein with a shot. Oh, another save. Oh, loose puck. Okay, let's see if we can drive this out. Oh, we do. Anders Lee, very acutely aware. Rebound came straight to him. You saw the goalie was basically on the ice, and he just roofed it right from the slot. So now we go back to a 3-goal lead at 6-3. So nice job, Anderson, picking that loose puck up. Good job. I mean, you keep shooting it, you're eventually going to get some rebounds to stick in the back of the net. That's exactly what happened. So, Anders on the board as well. We got 6 Flyers. Well, actually, Hewitt's got 2. Bunch of Flyers with points. And there's a stealing Rich. There's Hewitt. He puts a shot. That was just deflected off the defenseman. Cadell circling, shooting. And that puck was deflected. And eventually we have a 1-on-3. They never seem to have numbers at the right time. Ooh, there's a chance. Centering pass, but nicely tied up by Caden Thorpe as they finally hit the blue. Ooh, dangerously close to going out. There's a high shot, but Go able to gobble that one up as he goes far side for Eddie. And he puts a stick on that before they could get it out. Now Pewitt, he's got that. And here come the Flyers through center ice again. Trying a little drop pass is Pewitt. Watson gets it back to Pewitt. Pewitt center it for Watson. Watson tried to get it, but just shot wide. He's going to feed the point, and that flopping, bouncing shot finally settled down. There's a near side or far side full single shot by Watson, but that was gobbled up by Rogers. Just under 4 to play. 6-3, as you can see there. Speltz, Dungan, and Moline. As Dungan hits that just beyond Callum Moline. Moline gets that out. Here's Milo and Speltz. Drop pass, Kellen. Ooh, there's a rebound. Moline right at Speltz right at the doorstep. He's trying a nice job with that forecheck. Then she gets that puck. Stay in the zone. Dungan now and Speltz still battling. Nicely picked up by Snook. Snook feeds. Oh, Kellen found his buddy Milo, but he just couldn't put it in the back of the net. And here's a chance. Oh, another chance. One-timer. Just couldn't quite get out of that bouncing puck. So Dungan and Moline definitely finding each other on that little exchange down in the back of the net, but great opportunities here. Love to see that duo out there knowing exactly where the other person should be and reacting accordingly as that puck is finally bounced out of the zone from Rogers as they get a change. Let's see if we can take advantage of this as there's just a bunch of Rogers players grouped on that far side. That means some of our guys were open, but we didn't have the puck, so we'll gather that. Far side. Hench pushes his guy off the puck. Blue line shot. That was caromed off the stick of Alex Gola. As they shoot that wide and deep, they'll wrap around the boards. Collected by Rogers. Rogers has that in front of the net, but that goes off the stick of the skate of Hench. And that's chipped up, and Teddy grabs that, and he's skating through neutral ice. He's got a couple Flyers waiting at the blue line, and Milo Dungan decided to go in the box, and he went in the box on this side of the blue line, so that will be an offside. I don't think anyone's worried about critical mistakes here with a 3-goal lead as face-off won by Schuffelbein. Anders has got one of these goals, gives it to Schuffelbein. Schuffelbein, few shots on that, sends that to no one. And we got to get back and Satterdahl. Schuffelbein, somebody with a 2 wants that puck. Ooh, that goes off the defender. Schuffelbein, nice little pass, but a little too long. Satterdahl now collects it. Trying to feed Schuffelbein. Hench now. He's got the puck. Schuffelbein down low. Schuffelbein loses it. Now regains it. Now he loses it. That goes off the stick of Rogers, down to the stick of Anders, but then eventually they get it. But we're just so deep in terms of our coverage. It's really tough for these guys to break it out of the zone as that puck bouncing around center ice. Really bouncy puck tonight as Anders turns around and eludes one defender. He's got one hand on it. Now a little bunch at the blue. Grady trying to feed Satterdahl, and ooh, Schuffelbein knocked down. He's not going to like that. Nice little pass to Hench. Hench has it now. Centering, ooh, rebound, no one there to collect it. Paulson with a slapper That floats through the crease, but no one there to settle up on it. And we just got 37 in this period. As centering puck right in front of the net, but no Flyers there to bury that one. So we got a change here for the final 30 seconds. Coach is pointing to who's staying on and out. Kind of the near side dot for the face-off. We got Moline trying to feed. He does. Milo. There's a chip. Tip. Loose puck. Oh, God, that worked just perfect execution. Moline to Dungan off that face-off. And here's a chance for Eddie Watson, and he buries it. Eddie's first of the year. He's got to make sure he ties that skate. He's got a little trailer on that skate, so Eddie Watson getting a big applause from his teammates. First of the year, he didn't miss that one. So let's hope he takes care of that equipment issue. So that 30 seconds, you got to take advantage of it. So that puts us up 7-2. Well, 7-3. I was thinking of the last time we played these guys. So he did that even with there's a little hug from the coaches. All right, Eddie on the board. We got to get Shufflebound on the board this year now. As that's how face-off wins are so crucial. Talon to Dungan, and they just kept that puck in there, and eventually Eddie Watson gets his first goal of the year. There's a nice long pass to who? Kellen Moline. Dungan charging the net, 4 seconds. Oh, add one to that total with 1.8. Kellen Moline with just a rocket. And that goes right in the back of the net. Make that 8-3. 2 goals here in the last 30 seconds. Just deflating this crowd and this Rogers team. A lot of hung shoulders over there. Now that I look at it, this kind of a depleted bench. They have literally 2 lines. And look at our bench versus theirs. Our bench? Their bench. Not only are they struggling this year, they have literally 10 skaters to our probably 16, 17. So 8-3 at the break here. We'll watch these Flyers, who are in high spirits, as they should be after a dominant performance thus far. So there's Eddie Watson, all smiles from him as we head for the bench. We'll see you at the end of the break. But like instantaneously, it's like the guy was
But I
listening.
want to show him that if you're really watching, you see why.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. I love it. What was that? All right, here we go. Third exciting period. Not sure whether there's 2 minutes and 46 seconds on the clock. That might be why we have a little delay. Not everyone's a professional clock operator like yours truly. Hey, takes a lot of training videos, a lot of time behind the glass. Figure it out, but not all parents are there. Okay, she paused it. Score. Okay, she got it. We're all good. All right, now we have 15 minutes left in this game, third period. Just after the resurface. Last 30 seconds, an exciting one. At least for the Flyers. 2 goals. One by Eddie Watson, one by Callum Moline, who just put that puck off his stick into the sideboards, and that exit actually successful. Was probably surprised was Cadell. There's a pass and a turnover, but he skidded right by it, so we'll give Duggan time to send that back to Pewitt. Behind the net, Pewitt looking, just going to go off the boards to Kellen, far side Pewitt, just setting up a little action here. Pewitt skates around one, still has it, behind the net, as eventually Rogers gets it, almost kept in by Shovelbein. That goes through his wickets, and they send that deep, but not deep enough for a whistle. And Rogers changes. Once again, they just have 2 lines here. I'm sure that they really appreciated that break. And here's a chance. That goes off the side netting. And there's a shot deflected by Callum Moline's stick, and that's all the way to the far side. Milo Duggan racing after that one, showing his jets, and that's played with a high stick. No penalty, but that will result in a face-off. Can't play it twice. I think I've said that a few times. Once you hit with a high stick, somebody else has to touch that. Otherwise, you touch it twice, it'll result in a whistle. Spelt with Paulson and Snook. And that puck bounces off the boards onto the stick of Henry Moen. Henry Moen shoots. Deflected. Trying to knock that in was 12 Paulson. He did free up the puck. Goalie didn't quite have control. There's it. He just Speltz. One-timer. One-timer. And Henry Moen just too quick for that goalie. By that time that goalie went from one side of the net to the other, there was a little opening under his 5-hole, and nice pass and nice little one-timer taking advantage of by number 9. Henry Moen, who is, by the way, playing wing. I guess we're switching up things a little bit. It's good to see Henry Moen playing wing, and he was rewarded with a goal already. So nice job by Henry Moen. That puts us up 9-3. I guess in theory that could be a football score. As Paulson races his guy into the boards, and that wraparound shot goes all the way. And that was, I think, deflected by Snook. Nope. That'll be icing on Rogers. I think I heard a little wood on that, but at this point, who cares? I'm sure some of these boys would like to get a goal, especially my son, Grady Shovelbein. Had a few last year, but not on the board yet. Watson got on the board today as that face-off, almost a shot on goal, gathered by Rogers deep in their zone. Nice push by Paulson. Pushes, got the puck, frees it up for Speltz. He's trying to feed maybe Moen. He's circling in front of the net. Instead, it's Caden Thorpe, number 8. Just off the shin of Rogers, but he pushes his guy off the puck, so that didn't go anywhere. And Speltz chips that one in. He's looking to see who's with him. And he scoops that off the boards. Centering pass for Caden Thorpe, and decides to backhand that. We're going to try that again. Centering pass right in front of the net. Must have been covered by the goalie. I don't see an arm indicating that one in. Paulson tripping over a stick of Rogers. Just when it run time here, we got a 6-goal lead. So this is now run time, meaning they don't stop the clock for any whistles. That'll just mean this game will be over a little earlier unless they bring this to a 5-goal differential. As Satterdahl, or Ellis Watson rather. This is that one. Anders with a poke. Goes down as the Rogers player, but no call on that one. All right call. Eddie Watson putting pressure on. And Teddy chips that in for Hench. Hench, centering pass. Oh, trying to get Teddy in front of the net. And Anders misses that one. Here's going to be a test for Satterdahl and Watson. Neither defenders. That squeaked through the pads of Alex Gola, but went wide of the net. And that puck eventually comes out through center ice. We chip that in. No ice on that. Hench down there putting some pressure. That now is coming the other way, and Satterdahl now playing D here. He circles, and he's going to skate it out. He's a winger normally, so he knows what to do with the puck. He's pushed into the boards. Rogers actually takes possession. Ooh, hit by Teddy in front of the net. As Watson puts pressure on, far pass, picked off, and Hench falls down. Not sure, just lost an edge. I don't know why the bench erupted. They're having fun. The Flyer bench is having fun. And that puck goes all the way, not touched. They think he could have touched it. Nash circles the net, trying to figure out where he can feed this. Nice pass off the shin pad, potentially, of the Rogers player. Oh, here, who do we have out here? Dungan and Moline. Oh, centering pass, but nice stick lift. That might have fed Teddy in front of the net as Satterdahl. Now trying to do this breakout again here from the neutral zone, and that chip pass just picked off the glove of Rogers. Not a lot of speed there, but he shoots it, tries to center it. Picked out by who? Kellen Moline. Kellen races up the boards, going to use his jets, trying to see if he can get a shot or pass. Trying to feed Shovelbein probably. Shovelbein trying to get it. Rogers picks that up, and out before Mr. Pickup, Moline bounces that. Moline now far side, battling, and they finally pepper it out, but Hewitt, they're waiting for. He's going to wait till we get onside, and he does. Hewitt dropped to Shovelbein. Back to Hewitt, Shovelbein. Shot. Wide, wraps all the way. Cato skates over there quickly to make sure that doesn't escape the zone. And Shovelbein behind the net. Gets that out. Nice job reaching for that one. It was Kellen Moline. He just can't get it past him. Shovelbein trying to get that centering pass, but maybe didn't see it or wasn't on the right side of his stick. And that chip shot now is settled on Moline. Sends that down. Shovelbein couldn't catch up to that, and Rogers was sick of that one. They needed some fresh players. They only have 10, so the other 5 are going to leave the bench and rescue this depleted force for Rogers. Game clock running here at 8:20, so if we put one more in, that's almost guaranteed that we'll continue this running time as Moen on the wing centers for Shovelbein, caught in his skates, feeds it. Oh, loose puck, almost poked in by, I think that's Speltz. So nice job. Another opportunity. I'm sure this goalie is absolutely exhausted. Speltz with the draw. Rogers wins that one, and that goes high, bouncing in the back of the netting off a deflection. We're going to do this again. Speltz probably trying to feed Shovelbein. He can maybe put a shot on and see if Moen can pick up that rebound. Face off. Won by Rogers. They wrap it around. Shovelbein gets it, drops it for Caden. Caden shoots that on. Goalie decides to just cover that one up before some Flyers ensued. And so we will do this again. It's a little bit like Groundhog Day. Speltz with the draw. Shovelbein behind him. Thorpe behind him. Gets it. Shovelbein wrapping. Loses it. Nicely held by Speltz. No one almost got that in. Rogers trying to enter the zone. Nice job by Caden Thorpe, just pushing him off the puck. Caden's just going to skate up with the puck as he does so well. He puts a shot on near side, gloved and dropped by the Dodgers netminder. And now we'll get some fresh Flyers out there. I don't think Brady wants to come off the ice. He wants a chance. Well, he's had his chances. He's got a few shots on that. I like to see that. A lot of these boys want to get whoever hasn't gotten a goal or goal. They were successful with Watson. As Snook peppers it from the blue, that goes wide. Speaking of Watson, he's down there deep. Nice little pressure by the Flyers. Nice little poke off the stick of Teddy, but that was eventually covered up by the netminder. Well, on the flip side, this gives us less time to score more goals. But we get out of here earlier, and there's a shot right off the draw by Paulson. That was gloved by the netminder. A lot of fun chatter on this Flyer bench. Lots of smiles, jubilation over there. They know they needed a little break after that Farmington game. Watson putting some pressure on. Anders drops that. Satterdahl in the D spot today. At least this big. Watson eluding a couple players. He gets pushed down. No arms in the air. Nice job by Paulson chipping that one. Nice job by Satterdahl getting his body. And forward set exit. Watson with a nice little drop. He's trying to get his second of the night. Goes off the dome, I think, or upper body of the netminder from Rogers. And that was a nice save by him. Watson trying to collect his second of the night. As I see an arm in the air. And the guy in orange. And that will be on the Flyers. And there's a late hit on Teddy. They're going to quickly separate those two before this gets chippy. And he opens the door for John Mullane waiting for some player. It'll be Teddy. That's why he was probably on the receiving end of that last one. And that'll put just a second penalty here for the Flyers. The clock operator chose to put that 2 minutes up there as the clock continues to roll. We got 5 guys out there trying to figure out who's going or who's staying. Yeah, we got to get 2 off. 6 players we had out there. Yeah. Jeez, Grady, get off the damn ice. We only have 4. It's a penalty. Penalty still not on the board, by the way. Oh, there it is, finally. Well, with all that delay with our confusion on the lines, that gave the clock operator enough time to put that penalty finally on the board. Thank God she hasn't been to some of our other games. As Rogers takes the zone finally, and that goes off the skate. That will give us a chance. Cadell runs that deep. Not used to being in this part of the ice here with the camera. Rogers trying to put a power play together. They have put 3 in the back of the net as tick-tock, tick-tock. Ooh. Oh, nice glove save. Barely caught that one. That was a rifle from the blue, but Gola saw that all the way, and that ended up in the back of his glove. With this run time, we've definitely seen this penalty expire more quickly. Shovelvine gets the draw. Anders sends that up, but that was picked off eventually by Rogers. They center pass. Oh, it's right in the crease, but could not. Alex just bouncing around there, wave it off. It did eventually cross in, but not before the whistle. Alex lost the stick, was on his back, defenseless, but they blew the whistle, thankfully. And then we'll end up with another draw here. 30 seconds left in this man advantage. Draw won by Rogers as he's just going to skate up with it, but not before Anders gets there. And now Shovelvine. Trying to out-hustle his guy, but nice stick lift prevented that potential scoring opportunity. Shovelvine racing in the front of the net. Short-handed, mind you, but we are battling down deep, and now actually have control. Just 2 seconds left. We're going to get our 5th Flyer here. Shovelvine with a weak one-timer. Flutter. Sorry, kid, but that's what it was. As he centers it, tries to center it, bounces off a defender here. 2 minutes left in this game. This game goes quickly when it's run time. Whistles don't stop the clock. With a 6-man advantage, the Shovelvine sends that up And he's got Milo with him. He's got to check onside as Teddy now can go in. But he was checked off the puck by Rogers. Rogers now enters, puts it, roll up, stops that one, trying to feed it to someone. Actually gets it out of the zone. Trying to feed Shovelbein. Now Shovelbein coming in. Shoots it wide. No one there to get that one. Milo eventually gets it. Shovelbein trying to desperately get a goal here. Rogers now comes the other way. And that was blocked. And here's Shovelbein with one more chance. And saved. That's what he wanted. Basically a penalty shot. He was laying out there. And just missed it. Put it in the glove of the netminder from Rogers. So he's going to stay out there. This is kind of what happens when you guys are having fun. They're having fun. And that is going to be the zone exit. Thorpe. Oops. Loses the handle on that one. Gets it to Hench. Hench. Off the skater Shovelbein. Going to be skating in. And we're onside. Thorpe now with it. Bobbing and weaving. Trying to feed it to Brady. Ooh, turnaround shot by Teddy. And there's Hench trying to feed it. Snook puts a shot on goal, and that was gobbled up. This might do it here, folks. 15 on the clock. I don't even think they're going to reach for the puck. They're not, so that'll do it. 9-3 win for the Flyers. And they're just going to let time expire. No point other than Brady trying to get a goal tonight. But Flyers on top of this one. Needed that break. They did what they came out to do, and should be all smiles and giggles in this locker room. A little playful banter here at the end of the game. Not so much for the depleted and frustrated team from Rogers. All right, just 2 penalties, fair play point and a win. That'll put us 3 points up from where we were before the game in the standings. So we're definitely in the top half of the bracket. Like to see smiles and no frustration. And we got Satterdown and Shovelbein doing a little, I don't know, maybe a little ballet dance. I don't know. Now it's stuck. And here comes Max, the last one off the ice. A little prayer center ice, and that'll do it. See you Saturday. Edina.